Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. With golden soil and a wealth for toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, and let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Please be seated. Distinguished guests, I would like to invite Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer a traditional welcome to country.
Thank you. Warami Mitiga. Hello friends and Nalawa. Welcome to the lands of the Wallamedigal. I belong to one of the local Aboriginal families of the Darug people, the traditional custodians over this part of the country. I wish to firstly pay my respects to the country and its people, and to thank the University for their acknowledgement of us and the invitation to welcome you here today. The acknowledgement is important for our people and much appreciated. My family in fact descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman of the Burruburungal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it. So he enrolled his daughter, Bulungari, or Maria, into the Native Institute, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. Maria studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and ultimately secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them, and it became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name. We are very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here today. And with good reason. Your success is our success. Your advancement, our advancement. Now that was probably better understood in more traditional times when clan groups were smaller and abided by strict sharing laws, which meant the food that you caught and brought back was distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the rest of the community, and you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we work together. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly lived well in many respects, and I use occasions like this to offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here a little over 250 years ago, he described the people he encountered as one of the happiest people he had ever met. They owned nothing, he wrote, but the tools they carried. They were naked, made their shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and fed their families from the earth without excessive tilling or clearing. There was no slavery, no rich and poor, and no homelessness. Armies were unknown, as were forts, jails, or even fences. People cooperated to collect the resources that were needed, which were then shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands are maintained in their natural state through fire and responsible harvesting. Our rivers and waterways kept clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of them as they have done here for the past 20,000 years. So this is not a dream or an ideal. This is normal life for us and for the longest time, and not too long ago either. There is no reason why we should expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a lot more of us. However, we're a clever people, and there's still much magic in the world, I like to believe. So graduands, I would say expect great and wonderful things from your life. Life is normally sweet, we are naturally happy, and usually quite good at looking after each other and the planet. I would just recommend you share your gifts with the rest of us and keep following that beautiful spirit within you that got you this far. Do this, and I'm confident we can put together a world we can be proud of and a future that is worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine by winding up and letting you graduate. Just want to say congratulations to all of you and all the best in our collective futures. Thank you. Yano.
Distinguished guests, I'm pleased to introduce Pro-Chancellor of Macquarie University, Professor Nick Mansfield.
Thank you, Chris, for your welcome. We're here this afternoon to celebrate education, and it adds a great deal of meaning and significance to the event to be able to connect it to the long traditions of wisdom, knowledge and learning that have taken place in these lands for many thousands of years. So thank you. Colleagues, guests, families and friends of our graduands, and most importantly, all our graduands, it's my distinct honour and a pleasure to welcome you here today to this graduation ceremony. I bring our graduands and their guests a special greeting from the members of the University Council, the governing body of Macquarie University. It's our hope that today is a very happy and memorable occasion for all of you. Now, I note that we have some small children and maybe even a couple of babies here today, and I want you to know that they are especially welcome. I also want you to know we don't expect small children to remain quiet or to stay still throughout the course of the long ceremony. It's very much an event for families and friends, and children are especially welcome. Today is a milestone day. Today we celebrate the wonderful achievements of those of you about to graduate. Completing a university degree is never easy. It requires an intelligent and inquiring mind, determination and perseverance, and you've made many sacrifices along the way in pursuit of your end goal. You've worked very hard to get to this point, and you should feel proud of what you've accomplished. We as a university are certainly proud of your achievements, and I'm pleased to be able to congratulate each and every one of you. I also want to especially welcome the families, supporters and friends of our graduands here with us as invited guests. The fact you've been invited by one of our graduands to celebrate one of the most important days of their lives is proof positive that you've been an important influence. So to our invited guests, congratulations to you as well, and thank you for celebrating this great occasion with us. Now, our graduands mightn't realise it, but we're about to participate in one of the oldest of Europe's social rituals. If you were to pick a date, say 1500, and look to see what Western social institutions were around at that time that are still around today, you'd find there are only about 60 of them, including the Roman Catholic Church, the Parliaments of England, Iceland and the Isle of Man, and 6 Swiss cantons. All of the rest of the institutions that were around then that are still around are universities. In fact, graduation ceremonies are even older than that. For more than 800 years, graduates have been donning gowns just like the ones you're wearing and participating in ceremonies just like this one. And since those earliest graduations, the ceremony has remained almost unchanged, a defining feature in the life of every university and its students around the world. Now, we all realise that Macquarie University is not one of those ancient institutions. In fact, it's not much more than 50 years of age. Though we're amongst the younger universities in the world, we're very proud to participate in this time-honoured ceremony. We all know that youth has some advantages, however. Macquarie is a very modern, forward and outward-looking institution. We enjoy an enviable reputation for world-leading research excellence, research engagement and impact. We're continually progressing by extending our research and teaching partnerships, course offerings and facilities. We have a proud tradition of innovation and discovery, and our pioneering approach is built upon a collaborative and connected learning community. Even though the recent couple of years have been a period of great challenge for all of us, it remains a very exciting time for the university, amidst much change, as the vision for this remarkable campus continues to unfold. Macquarie University has over 214,000 graduates living in more than 140 countries around the world. It's very clear we're looking forward and we're on the move, and so are you. Some of the things we all value about Macquarie University, however, will not change. The friendliness, inclusiveness and approachability of our staff and students is often commented upon by visitors both from Australia and internationally. That's an inherent part of our culture and we intend that it will always remain so. Remember, you will always be welcome here at the university. Macquarie University will always be a leader in teaching and learning and a leader in the accumulation of wisdom, knowledge and understanding. However, our collective journey is about building community, where we have shared values, where we share things in common, and where we care about each other even when our points of view on some issues might diverge. In other words, an ideal community of scholars. Guests, academic and professional colleagues, and most importantly, our graduands, I offer you the warmest of welcomes to Macquarie University on this special occasion. Just a few minutes, it'll be my great honour to confer your degrees upon you and welcome you as lifelong members of that community of scholars we proudly call Macquarie University. But now it's my great pleasure to introduce our occasional speaker, Dr. Mariam Farida, who is a senior lecturer in the Department of Security Studies and Criminology here at Macquarie. As a Middle East expert, author and researcher, Dr. Farida's work is primarily based on politics in the Middle East and on non-state actors. Her work focuses on recruitment, mobilisation and ideology. Dr. Farida has conducted fieldwork into the recruitment of some non-state actors and has also published research material about the transformation of non-state actors from violence into politics. She's the author of the book Religion and Hezbollah, Political Ideology and Legitimacy. Due to her dedication to teaching, Dr. Farida was the recipient of a New South Wales Parliament Award in 2021 for her academic work. Professionally, Dr. Farida served as a researcher and consultant for counter-violent extremism programs in New South Wales. In addition to being a Middle East expert, Dr. Farida has also become a point of reference for several journalists and news channels in matters pertaining to the Middle East in general and terrorist networks in particular, such as SBS, the ABC and other media outlets. Currently, Dr. Farida is preparing and developing a podcast with SBS on the history of Arab migration to Australia. I now invite Dr. Mariam Farida to deliver the occasional address.
Special guests, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, graduates. It's both an honor and a privilege to be here today to celebrate your achievements. I congratulate you on the significant accomplishment of the completion of your degrees. You and your families should be very proud. Graduations are very special occasions and provide us with the opportunity to reflect on the past, the present, and the future. Graduations also show how far that we've progressed. Today, we study fields that we were only dreamed of about centuries ago. Today, you're joining the ranks of a very special club, the Macquarie alumni, and it's a very significant occasion. I've been very lucky to study at Macquarie University. You are now part of the elite, the people that society rightfully looks to for leadership and for solutions to the many problems that we face as a community. I remember 4 years ago sitting at my graduation ceremony, wondering what the future held and where my journey would take me next. 4 years ago, I was lucky enough to be chosen to address graduates as a graduate speaker. Almost 4 years later, I'm still trying to find what I want to be. Our modern workforce is dynamic and ever-changing, and this provides a fantastic opportunity for you to use your skills and your qualifications. Some of you will go on to be leaders in the field from which you're graduating today, and others will end up taking up a different path completely. Whichever way you end up going, what you've learned and the skills that you've gained during the course of your studies will benefit you. I have a degree with a focus on politics and security studies, and I currently teach courses focused on terrorism studies. So what I learned from my degree gave me something that is critical to what I do day to day. Looking back, 4 years ago, if someone had said I would be standing here again in front of you, I would have laughed. My journey has been very different from what I've imagined it would be, but I couldn't be happier. I have been privileged to work with some incredible people and contribute to some amazing projects. The last 3 years have been one continuous and very steep learning curve, and I would like to share with you some things I've learned during this time. I was lucky enough to work with some of New South Wales' top decision makers, including the Department of Communities and Justice. Politics is a tough business and a very unique working environment. One key lesson I learned during this time is that although it's nice to be important, it's more important to be actually nice. So respect in the workplace and a genuine interest in your colleagues makes for a happy work environment. Unfortunately, the converse is also true. As you continue your climb up the professional ladder, remember to respect all you work with. My second piece of advice is to always surround yourself with people you can learn from. At Macquarie, you've been spoiled with a first-rate teaching staff, and you've never had to look very far to find someone to inspire you to learn further. Although some of you will now embark on further studies, for others the educational journey is now less formal. My work with the Department of Justice and New South Wales Corrective Services was my first hands-on practitioner's role on which I had no prior training in. With the support of others, I quickly learned the skills that I needed to do my work effectively, both in the workplace and outside it. Seek out others that you can learn from. People you work with can help you to build on the foundations that your education has given you, and you just never know what you might learn from the person you play sport with or your children's teacher. So by pursuing a culture of lifelong learning, you will go from strength to strength. When you reach the point in a job where you're no longer learning, it is time to move on, whether that be a new role in the same organization or maybe a new organization completely. We work best when we're stimulated and challenged. If I'm bored, I lose my motivation, and then I actively seek out roles where I can develop and learn. This also means that I am at my best and my employer is getting the most out of me. As part of your commitment to learning, always question and never stop asking why. As adults, we have a responsibility to not only question, but to act when we don't like the answer. Your degree has given you the skills to think critically and the tools to act when you see injustice around you. When you don't like the answer, when you ask why, you have a responsibility to try to change it. I hope that you will use your skills and qualifications to help others, particularly those that are vulnerable and less fortunate. A quote that I personally like by the Palestinian poet Mahmoud Darwish, and it says, quote, "One day we will be what we want to be. Neither the journey started nor the path is over." End of quote. As you move on to the next challenge, whether that be in the workforce or in further studies, be a good role model to your family, to your friends, and to your colleagues. Accept the challenges that will be thrown your way and learn from the difficulties that you will face. It will not always be easy. There will be ups and downs, laughter and tears, but the skills and the knowledge you've gained at Macquarie puts you in the best position to withstand the hard times and use the good times to achieve great outcomes. Once again, my deepest congratulations on your graduation. Today, we are celebrating your hard work, perseverance, and commitment. As you move to the next stage in your life, remember that the destination is important, but it's also the journey that we have our greatest experience. This is particularly true in education. I hope you will remember your journey to today's graduation with great fondness. Congratulations again.
Thank you very much, Mariam, for those words. I don't know if you're the first speaker who's been both a graduating speaker and an occasional speaker, which would put you in a unique club, but thank you. It's very valuable. Thank you. As Pro-Chancellor of Macquarie University, I especially look forward to presiding at events like these and conferring degrees on those who've complied with the university's requirements for awards. I now call on our Registrar, Professor Mariella Herberstein, to formally certify the eligibility of those who've met the requirements for their awards.
Pro-Chancellor, I certify that all of the candidates being present here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for admission to degrees please stand?
In the name of the Macquarie University Council and by my authority as Pro-Chancellor, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees for which you have qualified. Congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated. Pro-Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Arts. I now call on Professor Chris Dixon, Interim Executive Dean of the Faculty of Arts, to present the graduates. Professor Dixon.
Pro-Chancellor, staff and students in the Faculty of Arts work together within and across disciplinary boundaries to ask questions about socially complex problems. They identify paths of research, analyse and communicate ideas in creative formats, and reflect on the skills and knowledge they will need to understand the world, past, present and future. Students are encouraged to use their skills and talents to connect with local and global communities. This faculty includes research and study areas in ancient history, anthropology, education, English, geography and planning, Indigenous studies, international studies, law, media, music, communication and cultural studies, modern history, politics and international relations, philosophy, sociology and security studies and criminology. Pro-Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Arts whom you have admitted to the degrees or awarded diplomas. In a minute. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Economics, Thomas Frankham. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Security Studies, Shannon Archer. William Carmichael. Nina Evangelidis. Jeremy Talbot. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts with the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Christopher Brereton. Anthony Castillo. Jack Gray. Kirandip Kaur. Nikki Lee. Mohini Vakira. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Diana Anzos. Sophie Bowman. Ashley Bruce. Philippa Bullock. Kausalya Chandra. Connie Clark. Madeline Duncan. Hayden Ferguson. Mia Gartner. Baden Graham. Jessica Hasty. Elizabeth Hummerston. Kim Jong. Scarlett Judson. Mary Kavakis. Anna Lay. Josh Lewis. Sujivna Manik Kalaraja. Benjamin McManus. Megan Megavan. Gabriel Morgan. Sarah Muir. Kayleen Ng. Tristan Rust. Sandra Seravolik. Brooke Schwenker. Lydia Sharafi. Stephanie Sheehy. Jessica Schlewinski. Jessie Stanita. Ariella Trarig. Lauren Weaver. Kelly June. Olivia Zabara. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Planning. Victor Kasanata. Rachel Hughes. Montasir Masrur. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science, Phoebe Goto. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Security Studies, David Armour. Melinda Aspland. Zara Azami. Ray Borton. Kai Branson. Holly Bircher. Hamish Burns. Holly Butterfield. Divyani Chibar. Joshua Cook. Trent Curran. Samuel Danke. Jeremy Duncan. Cooper Floyd. Emily Gibson. Brennan Giuliano. Gavin Grant. Jack Hearn. Marco Ip. Rowan Camden Smith. Supriya Kumar. Marco Legreca. Lachlan Law. Matthew Leguay. Anita Leon. Christopher Mansell. Sophie Makakis. Wyatt Mola. Ellen Munns. Andrew Papadopoulos. Alexander Petsis. Katrina Petsis.
Brother and sister. brother and sister.
Samantha Phillips. Patrick Relia. Lachlan Rosa. Eliza Rowley. Whitney Skirkar. Madeline Smith. Tyler Story. Molly Van Vessem. Stephen Visvalingham. Alvin Wong. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Social Science. Nicola Bear. Zoe Bush. Talia Chalata. Bradley Filippo Ulunga. Carla Foyer. Molly Glendinning. Caitlin Healy. Brendan Corn. Georgia Llewellyn. Stephanie McPherson. Tiana Molika. Elizabeth Payne. Isabel Seaman. Georgia Slater. Molly Smith. Emma Wishart. Junwei Jang. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Counter-Terrorism with the degree of Master of Criminology, Brittany Sewell. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Criminology and Master of Security and Strategic Studies, Alison Beswick. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Cyber Security with the degree of Master of Counter-Terrorism, Joshua Kumar Resam. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Intelligence with the degree of Master of Criminology, Mary Abraham. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Policing, Intelligence and Counter-Terrorism with the degree of Master of International Security Studies, Dan Marial. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Security and Strategic Studies with the degree of Master of Counter-Terrorism, Manuel Alejandro Baltasar Hernandez. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Security and Strategic Studies with the degree of Master of Intelligence, Priyanka Sharma. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Counter-Terrorism, Mark Ashby. Stephanie Fang. Lauren McIntosh. Arakib Udnan. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Criminology, Oliver Gearan. Taylor Groves. Elsie Hall Dunham. Beatrice McDowell. Jacqueline Palmer. Nikolina Trevkovska. Chanel Wu. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Cybersecurity. Priyandini Tiana Asi. Zishan Malik. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Cyber Security Analysis. Charlotte Willing. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Cybersecurity, Policing, Intelligence and Counter-Terrorism. Alex Cullen. Christopher Geerlin. Christopher Ireland. Tabitha Senior. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Intelligence. Lee Barclay. Jake Dudley. Angel Hay. Samuel Hill. Nushin Karim. Niashna Mafuf. Manarot Ratapinya. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of International Relations. Helena Gain. Richard Holt III. Obadiah Izud Chukwuna Soa. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Planning. Agyad Akwi. Swapnil Kia. Wei Wei Lim. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Policing, Intelligence and Counter-Terrorism, Narjis Amarzada. Kolis Bardian. Naomi Joseph. Laura Matheson. Inuk Wijayanai Yaka. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Policy and Applied Social Research, Irene Squires. Jie Juor. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Public and Social Policy, Isabella Galal. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Security and Strategic Studies, Katie Moodary. Kelvin Ndambo Nganga. Pro-Chancellor, a higher degree by research is awarded to a graduate who has successfully completed a program of study in which the defining characteristic is research. Our Master of Research is a 2-year full-time equivalent research training degree consisting of research-based coursework, postgraduate research training and a major research project. Graduates have focused on a specific research topic to produce a thesis of up to 20,000 words in preparation for a doctoral degree. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Research, Sophie Avard, for a thesis entitled Roads to Being, Narratives of Emptiness Among Alcoholics Anonymous Members. Well done. Justin Burke, for a thesis entitled Flying the Flag Beneath the Waves, Submarines in Naval Diplomacy. Well done. Icaro Olivier Rosa, for a thesis entitled Brazil and Angola, from the Decolonisation War to Independence, 1961 to 1975. Well done. Penelope Field, for a thesis entitled Exploring the Use of Rabbits as a Food Source for Humans in Australia. Ellen Kirkpatrick, for a thesis entitled Identity in the Age of COVID-19, The Myth of Togetherness. Well done. Heather Lockwood, for a thesis entitled the utilisation of transnational organised crime by Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant. Adem Pe Anita McGregor for a thesis entitled Investigating the Roots and Violent Escalation of Boko Haram from an Islamist Movement to Terrorism. Well done. Casey Martin for a thesis entitled Pro-Ana Engagement with Representations of Eating Disorders in Film and Television, Agency, Resilience and Vulnerability. Jack Matheson for a thesis entitled Flesh on the Bones, Narrating Displacement in Persian Life Stories. Well done. Mark Taylor for a thesis entitled China's Growing Influence in the Pacific Islands Nations, a critical examination of People's Republic of China development assistance in Papua New Guinea. Sophie Wallace for a thesis entitled Seasons, Food and Everyday Life in Lipsi, Greece. The Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to graduates who have demonstrated the capacity to conduct research independently by forming a distinct contribution to the knowledge of the subject and to afford evidence of coherence and originality shown either by the discovery of new facts or by the exercise of independent critical power. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Recho Donev, Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for a thesis entitled Religious or Secular Politics in the Turkish Republic, Iasism and Secularism. Well done. Dr. Christopher William Monarchs for a thesis entitled Election Campaigns in Rural New South Wales and Victoria, 1910 to 22. Well done. Dr. Nicole Starling, who was awarded a Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for a thesis entitled A New Faith, Religious Belief and Moral Enlightenment in the Temperance Movement in Eastern Australia, 1832 to 1880. Well done. Pro-Chancellor, that completes this afternoon's presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Arts.
Pro-Chancellor, I call on Mr. Mark Ashby, who graduated with a Masters of Counterterrorism, to speak on behalf of the graduating group. Mr. Ashby.
Good afternoon. Vice-Chancellor, members of the University, fellow graduates and guests. My name is Mark Ashby, It's such an honour to be speaking on behalf of my fellow graduates today. Firstly, I'd like to sincerely congratulate all the graduates that have reached this amazing milestone. It takes dedication, sacrifice and hard work. You should be very proud of yourselves. From a very young age, I always had a fascination with the military, so off to the military I went and joined the Army. Through hard work and dedication, I qualified and fulfilled my dream of becoming a paratrooper in one of the most prestigious and elite units in the Australian Army. It was a move that would change my life forever, completing operational tours of East Timor. After leaving the Army, I chose to take up a position as a team leader in the highly dangerous diplomatic and private security sectors in Iraq during the fall of Saddam Hussein. It would see me complete 11 years, 41 rotations and upwards of 1,500 missions. It would take me to heights I never would have imagined as a young kid growing up at the beach. If you ask me what my most terrifying moment in life was, you'll be forgiven thinking that it's during operations in the Middle East. That's where you'll be mistaken. It was actually sitting in my first lecture room at university, right here. To say I was terrified was an understatement. One of my lecturers, Dr. Julian Drugan, who I now consider a good friend, assured me that I would be fine. His words of encouragement, off I went and started my own master's journey. It's one of the best decisions that I ever made. I come from a very historical Indigenous family. My great-grandfather many moons ago was King Bungaree. He was a Guringai man. The king was an incredible individual who would go on to help Matthew Flinders circumnavigate Australia in 1801. I would like to think that I have inherited many of his traits, with his penchant for life, his adventurous side, his positive effect on people he met, like my father before me. Sorry. He was a saltwater man. I'm the first member of my family to graduate with a master's degree, so it's a big deal for me personally. I'm very happy that my mum Jill, my sister Jackie and the kids Zach, Gianna and Charlie are here with me today to celebrate my graduation. Unfortunately, my dad is no longer with me, but he's looking down at me. All students need support to get through their studies. It can be a stressful time, so I thank all the families that have supported these fine people on their journey. Lastly, I'd like to thank my beautiful partner Shani for her support, encouragement and her hard work during my journey. I could have done it without her. I'll finish up with some words of encouragement now. It's about backing yourselves. If you have a dream, chase after it. I'm living proof that if you work hard enough, you can be successful in any endeavour. My degree, without doubt, has helped me to start my own business where I now coach senior executives and high performers, doing what I love. We only get one goal at this life, so chase after your dreams. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Mark, for those words and sharing your story with us. It's very meaningful. Thank you. And congratulations again on your degree.
O mia bambina caro,
That was Ms. Angela Brewer, who's also CEO and Artistic Director of Coast Opera Australia. Would you please join me again in thanking her for that wonderful performance? Please also join me in thanking our musicians for this afternoon. On the organ, Heather Moen-Boyd. And on the trumpet, Mr. Bruce Helmers. I'd also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank the representatives from our alumni community who've come along today to help celebrate this occasion. Graduates, this ceremony marks a change in your relationship with Macquarie University, but it certainly does not represent the end of your association with us. From today onwards, you're now part of the bigger Macquarie family. Our alumni network, which as I mentioned earlier, is over 200,000 strong with members in over 140 countries, now welcomes you to its fold. We look forward to seeing you back on campus to attend alumni events, to undertake further study, or simply to visit the beautiful surrounds and reminisce about the times you spent here as a Macquarie student. Graduates, the award of a university degree carries many opportunities and privileges, but it also carries responsibilities. We urge you to commit to lifelong learning and inquiry. We urge you to set ambitious goals for yourselves. We urge you to continue the hard work that has already brought you so far. And remember, the world isn't only changed by the contributions of people like Albert Einstein or Marie Curie, but by the many contributions, small and large, of people just like you. At Macquarie, we pride ourselves on developing each and every one of our students into engaged community citizens and leaders. So we urge you to always give thought for what you can do for others along the way. You don't have to do much sometimes to make a real difference in someone's life. Sometimes a small gesture or a kind word can make an enormous difference. We challenge you to continue to exercise sound judgment and initiative, and to always be generous in offering practical advice and wisdom to those you meet on life's journey. Our hope is that as graduates of Macquarie University, you'll use what you've learned here not only for your own benefit, but also for the betterment of our community. And in all you do, we charge you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. It's also our hope that you always remember the people who've helped you along the way, many of whom are here with us this afternoon. So to acknowledge their contribution and thank them, I'm going to ask you to do a couple of things. First, I'd like all our new graduates to please stand. Now, I want you to place your testamers on your seats and turn around to face your families and friends, and now give them a mighty round of applause. Okay, turn around, but don't sit down, don't sit down. So here on the dais with me are representatives of the academic staff who've supported you on your journey here at Macquarie. So please join me in thanking them. Graduates, please remain standing, but do pick up your testamers from the seat behind you, since the official party will soon leave the graduation hall, followed by the graduates. As we do, our organist will play the traditional recessional music of graduation, which has been played at ceremonies like this one for hundreds of years. There's an age-old set of Latin lyrics which accompanies this music, which go, Gaudiemus igitur dum sumus juvenes. In translation, this means, therefore let us rejoice, for we will always be young. The song speaks in a whimsical way of youth and old age at the same time, of the brevity of life, the inevitability of death, of the state and city, and of happiness. So again, to our newest graduates of Macquarie University, my warmest congratulations and every best wish for futures filled with success, satisfaction, and most importantly, with happiness. Now might I ask everyone to please stand. Shortly, I'll lead the official party out to be followed by the graduates. We'll then process out and around to the side of the building where I invite you to join us for some light refreshments. So in closing today's celebration of your achievements, I say again, Gaudiamus igitur, therefore let us rejoice.